Where's Victor Robert? Where's Victor Robert? Oh, there he is.
He's right here.
Victor was born on a bright and sunny day in August of 2005. We were so excited to welcome this beautiful baby boy into our lives. His sisters immediately started caring for him, and so started a relationship like no other. Victor enjoyed all the love and care of his extended family and friends, both here and in Peru, welcoming him with open hearts. We didn't know yet about his disability, and we were happy.
Within his first few months, Victor started to have respiratory illnesses. We began noticing developmental delays, and we started down the road of therapies and doctor appointments. At 2.5, he was diagnosed with a serious rare genetic condition called Pitt Hopkins syndrome. We felt like a dark cloud had settled over our lives, and all we could think about was that we would never be happy again. Within our sadness, we started to notice Victor and his sisters were still enjoying themselves, laughing and playing together. We wondered, if they can be happy, why can't we do the same?
Victor showed us that our lives didn't have to be centered around sadness. He showed us that we had a choice to be better, not bitter. He persevered, and so we needed to do the same. We learned to count forwards instead of backwards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Together, we began to dream of a better future for Victor and others like him. At the time, there was no research on Pitt Hopkins syndrome, so we thought, why can't we help fund it? We started organizing 5K races, and our community rallied around us. A few years later, we co-founded the Pitt Hopkins Research Foundation and built a support system for families like ours.
To help Victor express himself, we created Verbal Victor, one of the first iPad apps for augmentative and alternative communication. With the help of students at Wake Forest University, Verbal Victor reached every country in the world.
We were proud to persevere together as a family, as Team Pauca.
This book is dedicated to my baby brother Victor because he has and will have hard times in his life.
From a young age, my sister and I recognized that Victor had challenges that we did not. But we also saw how hard he worked and how much fun he had along the way. Most of all, he was our beloved baby brother, and we wanted him with us wherever we went. And no matter how many times he fell along the way, he always got back up, excited for whatever came next. We yearned to understand his wants and his needs, his excitement and his joy, and he tried his best to share them with us.
He's so funny.
He told us yes by saying, and his no was pretty clear.
Would you like this book?
We could tell when he enjoyed something when he flapped his arms up and down and let out a squeal of happiness.
That's right. We are happy, happy, happy. And we want it again.
He would point to something he wanted to experience, like the sound of chimes.
That's the chimes. You want me to play the chimes?
He loved to ask for a song, even if it took a few tries to find the one he wanted. He wanted us to read him his favorite books over and over, his laughter overflowing onto each page. And we enjoyed it just as much every time.
Look at it. Is she using funny tools to clean his teeth?
Mopsy began to react. Mopsy followed Peter with his eyes. Every time Peter did something, Mopsy reacted.
Victor was so curious, so ready to explore the world around him. He always stopped to appreciate all the little things, no matter how many times he had seen them. And as his best friends, we got to experience these little wonders with him.
Another one. Oh no, here comes. Oh, you caught it. Give me fish bump.
We realized that we could have fun anytime, anywhere, as long as we were together. We were proud to share in his enthusiasm and joy, proud to be his sisters. And through the years, we knew he wanted us by his side as much as we wanted him by ours.
I should always try to protect him, and he should always try to protect us. He is the best baby brother in the world.
By the time Victor became a teenager, his health struggles began to grow. Around 10 years old, Victor started developing severe seizures. After 2 frightening years, we found the right medications to control them. He also started to have more trouble swallowing and wasn't getting enough nutrition, so he had a gastric feeding tube placed in 2020. Throughout this time, Victor showed true resilience, but he also struggled. Maturing made him more self-aware of how different he was from other people around him. And as he grew into his adult personality, he became more reserved than he was as a child. But other elements of his personality started to emerge. He loved to be mischievous and play goofy tricks on his family.
Oh no!
He was like any teenage boy, asking for video games with the most action, watching skateboard fails, and spending time in his room playing on his phone. But as we all got older, it became clear that we wouldn't always all be together. My sister and I were becoming more independent, leaving for college, which felt like leaving Victor behind. We missed him so much and couldn't wait to come back home to him. After all, we planned on a future of caregiving for him alongside our parents.
Many parents become empty nesters. We planned on being forever nesters. Throughout his life, Victor was beautifully supported by the community. He attended school at the Children's Center, Lawrence, and Carter. Victor was a member of New Philadelphia and part of Capernaum.
After Sofia and Francesca went to college, the three of us found a sweet routine, allowing us to continue to enjoy special time together. With Victor getting our undivided attention, he was the big man in the house. He helped vacuum, do the laundry, mow the lawn, and shop at the grocery and other favorite stores. One of his absolute favorite activities was to ride his recumbent tricycle around the neighborhood. Always stopping to visit his grandparents down the street. On the weekends, he loved to go out with us to hear a band at local breweries. He was thrilled to participate in all of it. And so his circle grew.
He started playing on the Special Olympics soccer team. And became a valued member of the Enrichment Center. Because of the Innovations Waiver, Victor was able to also receive assistance at home and at his day program. He was accepted as a full member of the community.
When we would go out, more people often knew Victor than knew us. They were clearly happy to see him, and the effect he had on people became bigger and more profound. He brought happiness to everyone who knew him.
My sister and I always sought for more people to know Victor for who he really was. During and after college, Sofia created an extraordinary documentary about families of those with developmental disabilities in the US and in Peru. She described Victor's journey as it beautifully intertwined with hers, saying that although they were on different paths, they were both moving forward together. Realizing Victor's love for the camera, in the summer of 2023, I created an Instagram account called Holding Victor's Hand to share our beautiful, unique life with Victor. we posted about our day-to-day life, caregiving, Victor's favorite activities, and all the fun my family had along the way. By the end of the summer, our account went viral with one video reaching over 10 million views, and our account accumulating over 150,000 followers.
That's the way. How about like that?
People from around the world reached out, saying that they were deeply inspired by Victor. Victor became what the world hadn't offered, a powerful representation of an individual with developmental disabilities, joyful and real. But I never expected that I'd have to share the hardest part of his story, and ours. Victor always had trouble swallowing, but in the last couple years, it became clear that he was chronically aspirating, and this had taken a toll on his lungs. In October of 2023, he was hospitalized for viral pneumonia and placed on a ventilator in the ICU. This was the first of several month-long hospitalizations that he had over the next year and a half, during which he was intubated 3 times. His community rallied around him, including thousands of his followers who sent us beautiful messages and gifts, as well as the incredible doctors and nurses at Wake Forest Baptist Hospital, where Victor received all of his care. Over time, Victor's lungs gradually became weaker, and in the summer of 2024, it became evident that he would continue to develop worsening aspiration pneumonia, and that there was no longer any medical intervention that would provide him with a meaningful quality of life. In late 2024, we spent a wonderful Thanksgiving together before he was hospitalized the following day. After a few weeks of fighting a brave battle, Victor was transferred to the beautiful Kate B. Reynolds Hospice Home, where he passed away the next day, surrounded by his loving family.
We were devastated by Victor's death. Once again, we found ourselves under a dark cloud, wondering if we would ever be happy again. But within our sadness, we saw Victor. Victor often had very little control over his life, from his health to even his day-to-day activities. Meanwhile, we thought we had control over ours. But all this time, Victor was showing us not how to direct our lives, but how to really live them.
Victor always stopped to appreciate whatever brought him joy. He loved watching things spin, or to feel the wind on his face. And what he loved the most was when we stopped and shared that moment with him. And sometimes he was sad, and he was angry, and he had every right to be. And in those moments, he wanted us there with him too. Above all, he wanted us to be together. He taught us that life is better shared.
In being together, we continue building our family's dream. We learn through caregiving that when you give, you receive even more in return. In caring for and supporting those who are different from us, we get to share a life that is so much more fulfilling. We will continue what we started with Victor, spreading hope for families like ours through the Pitt Hopkins Research Foundation. Because, in working to improve the quality of life for those with developmental disabilities, we improve all our lives together. This is what Victor would have wanted. This is his legacy.
Victor showed us that even though we may not have as much control over our lives as we think we do, we still have a choice. But the choice comes every day, every moment, not once in a lifetime. It's something you practice every time you stop to appreciate the world around you and share it with someone you love. It's letting yourself feel bitter, and then opening your eyes to the better.
We love you, Victor.
Life never stops moving, but Victor loved that. He loved that endless spinning and the shared joy of experiencing a singular moment together. Regardless of what came before or what may come after. He showed us that we will be happy again, just like we will be sad again. But we will have always been and will always be together.
Okay, kiss you right here. Oh, thank you.
Give me
How about
kissy
kissy
kissy.
too? And Mom. And Francie.
The Milky Way, where everyone knows your name. Every day feels the same, though it gets hard to explain. In outer space.